All right, everyone. So, thanks to Ringside News, we have an update on Seth Rollins and whether he'll be on tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. So, here is what we know. Ringside News has learned that Seth Rollins will be in attendance for this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, which will be held at the Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. It was previously reported that Seth Rollins suffered a real injury during his match with LA Knight at Saturday night's main event. Because of this, WWE had to quickly adjust their plans and ending up having Knight pick up the win over Rollins. We have also reported that WWE never planned for Rollins to cash in the Money in the Bank contract during Saturday night's main event. Therefore, fans hoping for a surprise cash in on that night were also going to be left waiting. So I'll say this. I would have loved to have seen a cash in. I was really hoping, and I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it's better to have Goldberg lose so that you don't kind of hurt Gunther standing. But I was really hoping that Goldberg was able to win. We all got that moment to see him holding up that championship and then have Seth Rollins come down, cash in, and win. But I'm not shocked that that was never in the cards. What's really kind of depressing about this whole thing is Seth Rollins and this storyline they were building. It was everything we've been hoping for the past few years. And I've brought it up many times on this channel where it just felt like Seth Rollins was constantly kind of the odd man out. You have Roman Reigns, you have Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins is such a big part of all these storylines, and yet he's not the guy that's holding the championship. He's not the guy who's leading the charge. I mean, think about what he did at WrestleMania. He's injured, and he's still such a huge part of what happened with Cody and him finishing the story. And finally, we get a moment in time where Seth Rollins is on top. His faction is the number one story. I mean, maybe you could count John Cena's farewell tour in that, but his faction is dominating, and they've built such a good story, such a strong faction. You have Seth Rollins with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Everything was coming up Seth Rollins, and fans were loving it. Fans were buying into it. And we were hoping that, you keep this going, everyone's excited about it. Then in a few years, I mean, maybe not even a few years, maybe like in 1 year, you have a little heel turn from a Braun Breaker or someone, right? Or I guess maybe it would even be considered a babyface turn, and you can have that rivalry. Like it was just everything was set up perfectly, and now all of that is in flux with this injury to Seth Rollins. It's such a depressing thing because this was a storyline that was working. This was a storyline that wasn't being forced. This is a storyline we were all excited about, and so the hope is that this injury you know, isn't something that keeps him out for a really, really, really long time, right? That's kind of the only hope we have left here. Everything else is kind of up in the air at this point. But he's going to be at Raw. If they're able to kind of keep him on TV, even with the injury, if they're able to change the storyline and make it make sense with him still, being able to be on TV, maybe the injuries effects won't be as bad. But all the updates we've gotten so far are this is not good, and that sucks. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.